Justice for one, justice for all. You get what you give when you've broken the law. Know what it costs before you commit it. Don't start a fight, I won't let you win
Rosebud.
Not everybody can be Orson Welles. Most filmmakers could only be so lucky to be 25, direct, and star in their very first feature, and have it be considered one of the greatest films of all time. Those that didn't have a taste for French champagne made their start directing low-rent gore fests, which are renowned for scenes like hacking up a room full of zombies with a running lawnmower blade.
Party's over.
That's right. Before Peter Jackson enthralled the world with his visually stunning Lord of the Rings trilogy, he made beautiful cinematic carnage like Brain Dead. Man, just look at that blood fly. Many Hollywood stars, directors, and actors had their start in lovable trash films like this. Sylvester Stallone was Machine Gun Joe Viterbo in Roger Corman's Death Race 2000 before he hit it big with Rocky. Sam Raimi was dumping buckets of blood on Bruce Campbell in the Evil Dead films before he brought Spider-Man to the big screen 3 times in a row. James Cameron's directorial debut was Piranha 2. I know he thinks he's all hot shit because of Titanic and Avatar, but come on. I think what we all really want to see a 3D re-release of is Piranha 2. Just imagine those goofy flying piranha on strings flying right at the audience. That alone would be worth the extra price of admission to wear those stupid real 3D hipster glasses. And speaking of big shot directors that disown their humble beginnings, we all know Michael Mann, right? Even if you haven't seen Heat, you know that it's highly regarded by a lot of people as a great film. But what film has Mr. Mann forced studios not to release on DVD because he personally hates it so much? The Keep is a 1983 horror film about Nazis and supernatural terror. In the late 1940s, German forces make their way through a village in the Carpathian Alps of Romania. Holy shit, it's Jürgen Prochnow! Like true Nazis, they believe that they've won the war and have become rulers of the world. This particular troop is in Romania to guard a citadel. The caretaker advises that they don't spend the night in there. Bad, spooky shit has been known to happen. The warnings are naturally ignored. The Nazis are told to never touch the nickel crosses, which there are hundreds of in the keep. A strange blue light begins to shine from one of the crosses. Convinced that it must be silver, the Nazi on guard duty fetches another soldier to help him pry it off the wall. Taking the cross out of the wall reveals a hidden room, which must mean hidden treasures. But the reality is, they've just unleashed a long-hidden ancient evil. In short, shit just got real. When whatever the fuck it is released, it causes a dude to erupt from his slumber with glowing white eyes. Who is he? Why do his eyes glow? What does he have to do with the plot? If you're the kind of person that would ask one of or all of the above when watching this movie, here's a tip. Refer to him as the Stranger or Glowy Eyes, because really, you don't find out what his name is until way the fuck later. Glowy Eyes takes off for the Keep, all the way from Greece. So far, 5 soldiers have died. Nazi reinforcements show up and strong-arm the village.
Captain House Foreman is what you are. Your request for relocation is denied, Roman. I am now in command over this emplacement, and you will not interfere with our actions.
Gabriel Byrne? Thinking that the village is the cause of 5 soldiers dying, Major Byrne takes over the guarding of the keep, forcibly removing Captain Prochnow from command and taking hostages inside until the so-called partisan activity stops. Romanian-esque writing is found on a wall next to another fallen Nazi. Translation is forced, but the villagers can't make anything of it. Their only chance is a doctor, the only man with extensive knowledge of the keep, but the problem is, he's Jewish.
Can you understand it?
Well,
The former's in the imperative. It says, I will be free.
Sir Ian fucking McKellen? Should I even be reviewing this movie?
Your partisans are writing to you in a language that has been dead for 500 years.
Dr. Sir Ian fucking McKellen is brought to the keep with his daughter Eva. They were both being kept in a concentration camp. After translating the writings on the wall, McKellen is told that if he can find out who or what has been killing the soldiers, he'll be given immunity. Two of the Nazis decide to rape Eva. They're quickly dispatched by whatever the fuck it is, which brings Eva back to her father. Meanwhile, Glowy Eyes is almost there. Whatever the fuck it is, heals McKellen, who is suffering from a disease that makes him feel 20 years older than he really is. Doc McKellen is all for the burly protector from beyond the grave. Whether it's a golem or demon, it's killing Nazis, and that's a happening thing for a formerly imprisoned Jew. McKellen's daughter checks into a hotel under the advisory of Prochnow. In the same room she's staying with is Glowy Eyes. Hey, you want to play a little game with me? Let's guess how long it takes Eva to boink it with Glowy Eyes. And that's 2 minutes and 32 seconds on the dot. Those that guessed around there, congratulations. Those that were way off, give me $20. Doc McKellen runs into, oh, what the fuck is that thing again? It tells him that if he takes a certain object out of the keep, that it'll be free to leave and go kill the rest of the Nazis.
I will destroy them!
Glowy Eyes, McKellen, and Eva have a discussion about how McKellen should not help it. And that the talisman needs to stay within the keep because whatever the fuck it is just as bad as the Nazis. So naturally, McKellen tells the Nazis about Glowy Eyes. Eva screams at Glowy Eyes about how he's totally gotta be part of all this. Pretty damn funny that she's even mad, considering how she fucked him on the floor without even inquiring anything about the guy first. Glowy Eyes, if you haven't already guessed, isn't normal. He hip tosses a Nazi like 50 feet away, and then when Nazis shoot him, he bleeds green like he's the goddamn Predator. Captain Prochnow makes fun of Major Byrne and gives him this big speech about how whatever they've unleashed in this keep is really just a good hard look at their own brutality. A Nazi doesn't really agree with being a Nazi anymore. He grills another really proud Nazi about how fucked up it is to be a Nazi. This can only go one of 4 ways. He's going to shoot him dead. He's going to take a gun and kill him with it. He's going to shoot him in the face and make him deceased. He's going to take a firearm, and I think you know where I'm going with this. We have reached the endgame. The rest of the troops have been slaughtered off screen. Major Byrne is absolutely terrified by the sight of his mangled soldiers. He then comes face to face with whatever the fuck it is.
I am complete. Yes, you are fucked. Shit out of luck.
McKellen is almost out the door with the talisman, but questions authority when whatever the fuck it is tells him to kill his daughter if she gets in his way. That, and he clues in on the fact that if this being were so all-powerful, why couldn't it just take the talisman out of the keep on its own? Glowy Eyes makes it for the final showdown to fulfill his purpose. The talisman belonged to him all along, and it connects to a super special magic metal pipe that he brought with him all the way from Greece, which he uses to send whatever the fuck it is back from whence it came. Hey, I'm making of it what I can. Doc McKellen and Eva escape, and Glowy Eyes seals himself, the talisman, and whatever the fuck it is into the keep. This time, hopefully for good. So, Michael Mann hates this movie so much that he refuses a DVD release of it. What's my take on that? Well, I think somebody else needs to buy the rights to it and provide it with the love and support that it deserves. Despite being smashed by critics and tanking at the box office, the film retained cult status, and fans are clamoring for it to get on DVD and Blu-ray. By no means is this some cinematic masterpiece, but for Mann's second time writing and directing a feature film, this is pretty damn impressive. Seriously, The Room got a widescreen DVD release, and we don't get something as genuinely awesome as The Keep on DVD? Fuck you. The movie has a really eerie atmosphere, especially outside and within the keep itself. The structure is so menacing, you really get a sense of fear and claustrophobia before anything even begins to happen inside. I think what really steals the show is the villain, and yes, he does have an actual name other than whatever the fuck it is. His name is Molasar, and I can't say I've ever seen anything quite like him. The effects department for the film really did a number with the character, most notably for me with his mid-stage. I almost wish he stayed like that. I love how you can see his sinews, and the way his mouth and eyes shine bright red, even when shrouded in shadow, is just so fucking badass. Molasar was played by actor Michael Carter. Now, you probably don't recognize the name, but I can almost guarantee that you have seen him before. He was Bib Fortuna in Return of the Jedi. In a personal quote, he shares how fans from all around the world write into him about his role. He says, "I get letters about it all the time, from people all over the place. It's odd because my character, Bib Fortuna, is very famous, and I'm not. It's a very weird situation to be in, but it's definitely something I've gotten used to." I wonder if he ever gets letters about the Keep. If not, he should. Molasar is a way cooler character than Bib Fortuna. And of course, I can't leave out the film's damn near overwhelmingly star-studded cast. I mean, holy fuck. Gabriel Byrne, Jurgen Prochnow, Ian goddamn McKellen. And none of them are dialing it in either. Among other things, this is a very well-acted film. It's just an absolute pleasure to watch these men work. And Scott Glenn is really fucking cool as Glowy Eyes. I didn't even realize that this was the same man that played Jack Crawford in Silence of the Lambs. He is one intense and striking son of a bitch when he wants to be, and even has an almost David Carradine-like presence in this film. The Keep has got to be the classiest film I've ever reviewed on this show, and you know what? That actually got me thinking. No, I'm serious. What if it's time for a change? A step up in quality? Just think of it. The Cine-Masochist reviews Gone with the Wind. Yeah, right. Keep dreaming. Next time I'm taking you for a ride on the Women in Prison coaster.